Good afternoon from Sydney and good day to all our participants joining us from around the world. Welcome to the Sydney Education Showcase. I'm Nayanika Bhattacharya.
And I'm Vijay and we'll be your co-hosts for today's show.
Both Vijay and I are great examples of international students who are studying at amazing Sydney universities, and we're living in one of the most livable cities in the world. I'm currently studying a degree in Arts and Law at the University of New South Wales. I moved to Sydney in 2017 and I've absolutely loved my experience here.
And I'm an international student advocate. I served 2 terms as the National President of the Council of International Students Australia. I was also the co-winner of the New South Wales International Student of the Year 2016. We're here to take you on a tour around our incredible Sydney universities, including our own. So come join us on our adventure. To open the event, we'd like to invite Mr. Nathan Moran, the Chief Executive Officer of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, for a welcome to country.
Bajuri Gamarua, Munjigal Babana Gurung Gamarada, Gadigal Nura. I'd like to acknowledge the Gadigal and the Gadi, be they Daringa or Colby or Paddy Garang, whom provides the language that I open in here today. The Gadigal are and always will be the custodians of the place we gather today, known as Tumbalong, or today more commonly known as the Museum of Contemporary Art. On behalf of Metro Local Aboriginal Land Council, it's my honour to provide a welcome to country for today's New South Wales Education Showcase. I'd acknowledge Study New South Wales for hosting today's educational showcase and recognise all the deadly speakers and guests. Education is a key to respect and to interacting and respecting the value of all living things as per our cultural values that all has a place of belonging and is to be respected. Woolgalora, aka All One Mob, Bajuri Gamarua, G'day. Again, my name is Nathan Moran, I'm the CEO of Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council. It's an honour to provide you the welcome to country for today.
Thank you, Nathan, for such a warm and heartfelt welcome to country. This event series is possible with the support of Investment New South Wales, so we'd like to invite the Chief Executive Officer, Miss Amy Brown, to share a few words, and we'll also hear a bit about Study New South Wales.
On behalf of the New South Wales Government and as CEO of Investment New South Wales, I also extend a warm welcome to all of you and thank you for joining today's session. I'm delighted that you have come to hear more about our great state's education and innovation offerings. There are so many reasons to choose New South Wales. We are Australia's largest economy and most populous state, as well as having the innovation capital, home to international tech giants like Google, Microsoft and Facebook. Sydney and New South Wales are the Silicon Valley of the Southern Hemisphere, with a flourishing startup ecosystem, world-leading education and research institutions, and a strong partnership with industry. In fact, New South Wales is home to 41% of all Australian startups who make up a $2.2 billion ecosystem. We're particularly proud of our growing reputation in EdTech, with more than 180 EdTech companies headquartered here. One of our greatest assets is our collaboration between government, industry and the education sector. We're working hand in hand to develop a strategic vision for the whole state that will deliver a $1 trillion economy for New South Wales by the end of the decade. And we will continue to build on this success. The New South Wales Government set up Study New South Wales in 2014 to support our international education sector. One of its core functions is to support the EdTech sector and to foster global connections between educators and innovators in critical industries such as advanced manufacturing, fintech, cybersecurity, and quantum computing. Thanks to this, students in New South Wales are well placed to apply their knowledge and strengthen their entrepreneurial skills. I see this regularly when current and former international students bring their vision to life and start their own companies, including at our Sydney Startup Hub. The New South Wales Government has set up the hub across 11 floors in central Sydney, making it to the highest density startup space in the Southern Hemisphere. Our students can also explore Tech Central, an innovation precinct supported by the state government at Australia's largest transport hub. At Tech Central, students will join our homegrown tech giants like Atlassian, Canva, Afterpay and Zipco, where their skills are high in demand. The opportunities here are endless. So come to New South Wales, Australia's most popular study destination. Study and work here in Sydney or in one of our innovative regional centres on the beach or in our magnificent countryside. The natural beauty and our smart, skilled people make New South Wales the place to learn and grow. I invite you to learn more about us and what we have to offer by visiting the Study New South Wales website and connecting with our social media channels. And I look forward to welcoming you very soon.
Study New South Wales is a New South Wales government agency dedicated to supporting our international education sector and enriching the experience of our international students.
Our purpose is to grow and support the sustainability of New South Wales international education sector by fostering collective action and leveraging the state's strengths.
Our vision is for New South Wales to be a leading destination for international students and be respected globally as a world-class source of education, training, research, innovation and employment.
We have 4 strategic objectives: supporting the safe return of international students to New South Wales, promoting and marketing studying in New South Wales, supporting and developing international student experience, and enhancing sector development.
We coordinate a wide range of free initiatives to help international students with living, studying and working in Sydney and in New South Wales.
If you're studying outside of Australia, we have programs to help you connect with the New South Wales community and enhance your employability too.
We also work closely with the Australian Government, New South Wales government agencies, education providers and agents to ensure our impact is felt across the sector and state.
There are lots of ways to stay connected with our team and receive the latest news and opportunities.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn and WeChat, and subscribe to our mailing list for updates direct to your inbox.
You can also visit the Study New South Wales website to get informed with our programs, events and access trusted, up-to-date information.
Thank you, Amy, for your support. As you heard from Amy and saw in the video, Sydney and New South Wales are incredible study destinations. We take pride in studying in Sydney, which has a strong reputation as a provider of quality education, training and innovative research. Sydney universities are taking the lead in developing future leaders, innovators and experts all over the world. Sydney is ranked in the top 10 international cities for quality of living. Innovative and with a dynamic business environment, Sydney offers a wealth of opportunities for international students. We invite Councillor Robert Cork from the City of Sydney Council for a few words.
The City of Sydney is excited to welcome our international students who are returning to Sydney. We have had more than 23,000 students who have come back to Sydney since the international borders reopened. More than half of the international student population of New South Wales choose to study in Sydney, and around 25,000 end up living in the city area. Sydney is home to 40% of New South Wales education providers, including 7 fabulous universities. The City of Sydney takes pride of our high-quality universities, and we are dedicated in supporting them in keeping this level of quality. We work closely with various stakeholders and the education industry to deliver programs that support our international students. These include the Sydney Airport Welcome Desk, which supports arriving international students. Our city delivers the Lord Mayor's welcome events, and the big one being the Lord Mayor's welcome party in our beautiful town hall, which you don't want to miss. We also provide services and support such as international student legal assistance. Sydney is proud to be the host of large companies that provide opportunities for our international students. These companies offer study-related industry experience as well as work opportunities. Our local businesses have hired students as employees during or at the end of their studies. This we recognize as a contribution of international students to the city's vibrant economy. In the last 2 years, we've been living in extraordinary times with the pandemic. However, the city has a community recovery plan, which gives direction to how we will work in partnership with our communities, businesses, the state government, and other local governments. For our city to remain competitive, we need to continue to harness opportunities in the smart use of technology and data. We also need to keep attracting people to work here so our local businesses and economy can continue to thrive. In a time of continuing technological change, disruption, and uncertainty, we are keeping our focus on people. So one of the 10 strategic directions of our Sydney 2030 Sustainable Sydney Plan is to be a globally competitive and innovative city. Being one of the world's most multicultural cities, we have many cultural festivals being celebrated in our city. We have strong city-to-city connections and a very active sister-city relationship. We are thrilled international students can travel to Sydney for their study in our universities. On behalf of the City of Sydney, I am excited to welcome you to Sydney and New South Wales in the future.
Thank you, Robert. Indeed, Sydney is the beating heart of Australia's financial, professional, technical and scientific services sectors. It also has a thriving creative and arts community. Finance, tourism and retail are economic strengths with emerging sectors including the green and nighttime economies. We would now like to welcome Mr. Michael Rodriguez, the New South Wales Government 24-Hour Economy Commissioner, to share with us the experience students have when living in Sydney and in New South Wales.
Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to speak with you today. As a 24-Hour Economy Commissioner here in Sydney, it's my mission and that of my colleagues to make our beautiful city an even more incredible place to live, work, play and study. We're thrilled to begin welcoming students back into Sydney and New South Wales. More than 23,000 of you returned here after our international borders reopened in December. There are 7 universities in Sydney, 4 of which are ranked in the world's top 200. Sydney has more global companies and local startups than any other city in Australia. That means excellent work experience and employment opportunities for you across a wide range of industries. But coming to Sydney needn't be just about work and study. We're officially one of the world's most livable cities. Our culture and art scene is incredibly vibrant. Our food and drink scene is dynamic and exciting, and our nightlife is safe and welcoming. Sure, we've got our world-famous beaches and landmarks like the Sydney Opera House and Harbour Bridge, but there's so much more to Sydney. We have incredibly diverse neighbourhoods, and we're truly multicultural, with nearly 40% of our residents speaking a language other than English. Now that's why Sydney is the best place to live, work, play and study. International students have always played an important part in shaping Sydney's culture and contributing to the excitement of the city. I look forward to welcoming you to Sydney and New South Wales.
Thank you, Michael. No wonder I feel so at home in Sydney and even more excited about everything that makes the city a vibrant city. With all these fantastic activities we have on offer, we also have places to revive and refresh in Sydney. With that, we invite our next speakers, Ron Tehan, the National Committee member of the Student Accommodation Association, and Anouk Darling, Chief Executive Officer of SCAPE and Student Accommodation Association Executive Member. They're going to talk us through the accommodation options available across Sydney and the beautiful state of New South Wales. Over to you, Ron and Anouk.
Thank you, Naonika. It's a pleasure to be here. The Student Accommodation Association, SAR for short, brings together providers of accommodation for the exclusive use of students to enhance their Australian education experience. SAR member properties include the following categories of student accommodation: university managed, residential college, commercial purpose-built student accommodation, student hostels, and commercially managed student housing portfolios. When you, as an international student, chooses to live in a SAR member property, you can be assured that the property is managed to a set of industry-led standards with respect to local consumer service and business regulations, a minimum standard of facility and amenities, professional management practices, quality support and service delivery. SAR is proud to support Study New South Wales by providing quality accommodation options to international students who choose New South Wales as their preferred study destination. But hey, let me hand over to Anouk, who can tell you a lot more about those wonderful properties that are available to you.
Thanks, Ron. And SCAPE is really proud to be a member of the Student Accommodation Association, playing our part in promoting the importance of quality student accommodation to the international education experience. SCAPE is the largest owner, operator and provider of student accommodation in Australia. We have over 15,000 beds across the country. And here in beautiful Sydney, in New South Wales, we have 14 buildings, all in central locations, close to the universities and education precincts. We have approximately 5,000 beds. Now, in addition to meeting SAR industry-led standards in every property, SCAPE buildings are purpose-built, and we design them to ensure students will have the best experience. We don't compromise on any aspect. We build experiences that last a lifetime. In our accommodation, we have thought of things from gaming rooms, cinema rooms, state-of-the-art bedrooms with en-suites and kitchenettes, communal spaces. We have learning events, activities, engagement programs. We also have a music room with a baby grand, a tuning deck, electric guitars, and a glam room for getting ready for a big night out. And all of it is all-inclusive in this world-class amenity that is SCAPE.
Anouk, so I wish I was a student again where I could make that choice of where to live and study in Sydney or New South Wales. But closing out, on behalf of the members of the Student Accommodation Association, I extend a warm invitation to you to consider one of our member properties as your first choice accommodation option when you choose to study in Sydney or New South Wales. Regardless of your budget, lifestyle or preferred room type, there is a SAR member property in New South Wales to meet your specific requirements. Easy to access, full of student community spirit, and most importantly, safe and secure. Enhance your international education experience in a SAR member property. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron and Anouk. It's great to see how industry players work together with Study New South Wales in providing excellent services and support to our international students.
Famous for its glittering harbour, beautiful beaches and amazing food and entertainment scene, the Sydney lifestyle is the envy of the world. Top-ranking universities and research facilities attract students seeking globally recognised qualifications and lifelong career connections. It's now time to take you on a tour of the 7 universities located in the heart of the Sydney city to the edges of the Greater Sydney regions. Hear from our top-ranking universities about studying, living and working in Sydney. To start our trip, and we're going in alphabetical order, is the Australian Catholic University. The Australian Catholic University is proud of its reputation for graduate employment, coming in first in Australia according to the Times Higher Education World University Rankings. Let's see what ACU has to offer.
Hello, my name is Chris Riley and I am the Pro-Vice-Chancellor Global and Education Pathways at Australian Catholic University. From the time we became a university in 1991 to our current position amongst the top 2% of universities worldwide, ACU has had a consistent goal to make a positive contribution to the lives of our students and the wider community. ACU is a dynamic institution where new ideas and innovative solutions are used to meet the challenges of our age. We are also a growing institution, with 7 campuses across Australia, as well as a campus in Rome, Italy. Our 3 New South Wales campuses are in Blacktown, North Sydney and Strathfield. At ACU, we pride ourselves on being a diverse and inclusive community that is open to everyone regardless of faith, background or tradition. As educators, we are dedicated to empowering our students to develop the skills necessary to drive change in tomorrow's workforce. Many of our globally recognised undergraduate, postgraduate and research courses are accredited by peak professional bodies and designed in collaboration with industry experts. Each of our programs is taught by highly qualified academics who are leaders in their field and who continue to work in the industry while they teach. Our distinctive, supportive and immersive learning approach prepares students for the world of work, and it gives them an added advantage when it's time to start their careers. In fact, ACU is ranked first in Australia for graduate employment and second in Australia for graduate employer satisfaction. Our students take part in more than 30,000 work-integrated learning opportunities, internships and professional placements each year, They learn alongside experienced practitioners who share their knowledge and expertise and empower students to build their skills in a real-world environment. This is made possible through our global network of partnerships. ACU's affiliation with more than 200 partner institutions across Australia and around the world opens up opportunities for professional placements, education abroad, staff mobility, collaborative research, articulation and shared community engagement activities. At ACU, our campuses are inviting and inspiring places to learn with a range of purpose-built facilities to help students achieve excellence and put their skills to practical use. Our nursing labs and health science simulation spaces have state-of-the-art software and equipment to allow students to simulate real-life medical scenarios. We have moot courts that provide spaces for students to hone their debating skills and to prepare for international competitions. And our business incubators offer spaces for collaboration and entrepreneurial thinking. An ACU education transforms lives and communities. Our students are challenged to look beyond the classroom, to solve real-world problems, and to develop the skills to succeed now and into the future. We are here to support you throughout your journey. If you are interested in learning more about studying at Australian Catholic University, I invite you to visit our website. I wish you all the best and hope to welcome you to the university in the future.
Information technology is everywhere. It's part of our work, our study, our travel, and even our health. It's a field of study for those who want to constantly evolve, adapt, and push boundaries. Our approach to teaching information technology goes beyond just the hard technical skills. We teach programming, data analytics, but we also teach soft skills, creativity, and to embrace being the lifelong learner that can adapt to change and think outside the box. Professional work experience is also key to our students' success. We have many industry connections for work-integrated learning, such as our Cisco mentoring program. If you are looking for a career that is challenging, exciting, and can take you anywhere in the world, then an ACU degree in information technology can make it happen.
It teaches you a range of things about how you can survive on a job in today's era. So not only about surviving on a job, but also how to get a job from the basics, like writing your resume or interview skills, how to present yourself, your communication skills, organizing, time management, and networking, because it is such an important skill in today's world. Apart from that, you also get to know what the day-to-day life of someone in a position that you're aspiring to work in actually looks like. And that is some really great insight.
For students, the program really helps them to understand and realize their true potential. And I think the first thing that it does is removing that doubt from your mind as a person who is new to the market or new to the industry, because we have the tendency of this won't happen for me. So the first thing that they do is remove that obstacle and remove that doubt from your mind. So you become more accepting and you become more open to the opportunities. And I think that's the first step, and that is the most crucial step that you take towards getting into a career into the IT industry.
It has amazing benefits. Firstly, it has developed a sense of confidence in me. It has taught me how to behave with different people and how to respect different cultures and nationality. It has also taught me how far I can go, and sky is the limit.
Thank you to Australian Catholic University for kickstarting our tour. Our next university is ranked among the top 1% of the world universities. Macquarie University is recognized globally as a leading university with a strong tradition of innovation and exploration. Let's find out more.
Welcome to Macquarie University. Did you know that when the Macquarie campus was established more than 50 years ago, it was done with collaboration at its heart? Our visionary founders chose a bold location away from the city centre, but an area where they predicted Sydney would boom. and they weren't wrong. Our stunning 126-hectare campus is uniquely located in the heart of not only Australia's, but the Southern Hemisphere's largest high-tech precinct. Such a location enables you to connect and collaborate with future employers in some of the country's leading organisations while you're still studying. Through internships and other practical work experiences, as well as through degrees that have been co-designed with industry partners, you'll gain the knowledge and skills you'll need to meet the current and future challenges of your chosen profession. Okay, so it's great that there's an amazing hub of innovation right next door to the campus. But what about the actual campus? Having had more than $1 billion invested in the campus in recent years, Macquarie is home to some of Australia's most exceptional facilities. Our newest building, One Central Courtyard, is where you're going to love spending a lot of your on-campus downtime. Standing atop grassed and paved courtyards, this central hub is home to the iconic U-Bar, as well as 16 food outlets. There's also an awesome terrace that overlooks the lake. Yep, we have a lake. It's also home to our new on-campus student residential accommodation, which features studio, twin and apartment options, communal social areas, and 24/7 on-campus security. If you're in need of some quiet study time, you'll most likely head to the library. Only 10 years old, the library provides access to millions of print and electronic resources. It features group and quiet study areas, computers, printers and copiers, presentation practice pods, and a cafe. And if you're into sport and fitness, you're going to love our Sport and Aquatic Centre, which features 2 pools, a gym, courts and fields. Now you're probably wondering what specific facilities are available in your area of study. If you're an arts, law or linguistics student, you're going to seriously enjoy studying in our world-leading spaces. Our new arts precinct features flexible classroom spaces, a language centre, museums, a cafe, atrium and rooftop garden. Our linguistics department offers one of the best equipped research and clinical environments in the world, and we're home to the Macquarie Social Justice Clinic. If you're studying education, you may have access to training through the Mia Mia Child and Family Study Centre, the Special Education Centre or the Next Sense Institute. As a business student, you'll have access to our Finance Decision Lab, a collaborative space that facilitates hands-on financial market simulations and workshops. If you're studying engineering, you'll have opportunities to get involved with real projects, like working on a go-kart or the MQ Speed Team's human-powered vehicle. If IT, games design, app development or cybersecurity are your thing, you'll be kept busy in our industry-leading computing precinct with cybersecurity, networking and gaming labs. For media buffs, you'll hone your skills in our multi-million-dollar media hub with professional screen, recording, music, radio and performance studios, and an industry-standard digital newsroom. If you're undertaking a health, medical or psychology degree, you could be studying alongside experts from MQ Health and Cochlear, or within our simulation hub, anechoic chamber, or even our on-campus hospital, physiotherapy suites or new clinical education building. As a science student, you can't do much better than studying in some of the best physics, molecular sciences, biology and environment labs in Asia Pacific. And one last facility that's very important to us is the Wallangamuru Pavilion. Macquarie recognises the custodianship of the land on which our campus is situated. The Wallamadigal clan of the Darug Nation and the Wallangamuru Pavilion is a gathering place for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students, staff and visitors. So that's our campus. But how do I get from one facility to the next, you ask? That will be down Wally's Walk, named after Macquarie architect planner Dr. Walter Abraham. This central pathway runs the entire length of the university and links all of our amazing facilities. I'm sure you'll agree, our campus is pretty spectacular. We can't wait to see you here sometime soon. To book a campus tour, visit mq.edu.au/campus-tours.
Thank you to Macquarie University for sharing with us. I believe you know the next university in Anika.
Oh, I absolutely do. I'm so excited to take you around my university, the University of New South Wales. It's absolutely Instagrammable. Now let's all go to UNSW.
Welcome to UNSW Sydney, a powerhouse of teaching and research. In Sydney, Australia's business and technology capital, we shape a generation of innovative, forward-thinking global citizens.
Knowledge and education are really important because I think you need to understand the world to know how to change it.
Students choose UNSW for our vibrant campuses.
I came up to UNSW for Open Day, where I realised the university had a fantastic student life and also had a stunning location just down from the beach.
And our career-focused teaching.
We can't predict what the jobs of the future are. So the best gift that an education can give you, and an education at UNSW can give you, is the ability to think critically, to think about problems holistically and collaboratively, and to have the skills in order to adapt, change and continue to innovate throughout your career.
We're all here because we have a passion and we have a drive for something bigger, and you see that reflected in the people around you. We all have a stake in what we're doing. I think that's where the real impact is, creating a more inclusive and open practice through a more inclusive and open gaze of the world.
At UNSW, the courses were structured in a way that reflect real life applications of what we were studying.
Our graduates join a global network of alumni who are among the most employable in the world.
I'm a technical solutions engineer at Google Cloud. I was confident that I would get a very good job. It was just a matter of time.
Coming out of uni, I felt like I'd been given the tools to figure out the best ways to make a difference and get things done. As a result, those university experiences transfer into the workplace and make you feel confident that whilst there is a lot of learning to do, you can also make a difference really quickly.
Our students learn from engaging and industry-experienced academics. Our faculties and programs are world-class. Our facilities are state-of-the-art. Students are connected to industry through work-integrated learning and internships.
Companies these days are looking for students who have more than just the good grades in the classroom. So this is why internships are extremely important to any student currently in the technology space. UNSW has facilitated a few of my initial internships, really providing that foundation and the building block for me to build my skill set and go out and find more internships that I'm really interested in.
The Global Business Practicum is an international internship experience that the UNSW Business School facilitates. I went on a 4-month internship to Hong Kong, and I was directly involved as being a business analyst to a Big 6 law firm.
We encourage entrepreneurship and support students to launch their own startup.
Studying in Sydney, being a hub for many industries and many companies, the entrepreneurial programs in UNSW does help students to connect us with the industry experts and mentors. Lot of programs, lot of workshops to offer to the students. So like meeting many people from around the world to gain that life experience.
I chose UNSW because I think the variety of the teaching is important because it enables you to have this interdisciplinary approach in any line of work that you would do after your degree.
Our students excel and we support their journey.
I think UNSW is a really good space and transition into the professional workplace that comes afterwards. It's a good environment to practice your networking skills and practice producing work of a really high quality and standard.
Awarding scholarships to high achievers and welcoming sponsored students from across the globe.
UNSW really encourages students to connect with the industries that they're trying to move into. Not only are the tutors practicing in the fields that they work in, but also the assignments that you do encourage you to go and connect with the outside world.
We provide flexible pathway programs offered by UNSW Global, including diplomas, foundation studies, and English language courses. Explore more online and turn your ambition into career success at UNSW Sydney.
We'll see you on campus at UNSW Sydney.
What a fantastic overview. Thank you to the University of New South Wales for that.
I can see how the University of New South Wales is a special place. The next university that we will visit is proud of its recognition as #1 Australian university for overall employment of its graduates. Let's see how the University of Notre Dame achieved this.
As the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Notre Dame, Australia, I'm delighted to invite you to study in Sydney. Moving across the world to further your education is likely to be one of the biggest decisions you've had to make in your life so far. It may feel a little overwhelming, but you are also about to embark on an exciting journey full of opportunities. At the University of Notre Dame, Australia, we offer a welcoming and supportive environment for our students, one that will help you to build strong friendships and lasting relationships while receiving a world-class education in one of the world's great cities. We are a national university with strong global connections. Our Sydney campuses are in close proximity to the city's central business district. They are also well connected by public transport and surrounded by a wide variety of cafes and restaurants, so that you are always at the heart of the action when you need a break from study. At the University of Notre Dame, Australia, we are committed to academic excellence, with lecturers who are industry professionals and leaders in their field who can guide you to reach your full academic potential. We place a distinctive emphasis on care and compassion by supporting and valuing our students as individuals, and our encouragement of excellent standards of teaching, learning and professional training, with an emphasis on scholarship and research to serve the common good of communities, both locally and globally. At Notre Dame, we aim to provide a life-changing experience that will help you develop your best possible self, a good global citizen who is life-ready as well as job-ready. It is why employers value our graduates so highly, and why we are the #1 university in Australia for overall employment of graduates in the Australian Government's Quality Indicator for Learning and Teaching. I hope to welcome you to Sydney and the University of Notre Dame in the very near future.
Hi, my name is Lakshmi. I'm an international student at Notre Dame studying Doctor of Medicine. Overall, my experience in medicine has been good. We've had industry-based professionals come in and teach us in groups of 5 to 8, so they bring their own clinical experiences. It's a lot more personalized, and it's also basically one-to-one. My favorite memory was my time at MedCamp, where I was able to meet my whole cohort, which was very invaluable because I was able to make close friendships and have memories for a lifetime. In terms of the location itself, we have a lot of bars and cafes all around. It's located centrally in Sydney CBD, and its reputation in the medical field itself is excellent. Class sizes are small, so which would make it more personalized and more opportunities for feedback. As an international student, most of my learning was memory focused, whereas in Notre Dame, it's very practical. Everything was facilitated in a way that I feel more ready to step into my career.
And that is the Notre Dame University in the heart of the city of Sydney. Thank you so much. Our next university visit, which is also known for its grand sandstone buildings and jacaranda trees, think a Hogwarts-like vibe. It's Australia's oldest university and remains one of its most prestigious. It's the University of Sydney. Consistently ranked in the top 50 universities in the world, it is well known internationally as leaders in education, research, student experience and graduate employability. Let's hear from the University of Sydney.
Is today the day you make your mark? Create the extraordinary and the inspirational. Is today the day you discover the cure? Find your voice. Reveal the truth, the answer, or a way forward. Is this the day you finish what you started and bring it gloriously to life? What will you start today? Because every day is full of possibilities.
For over 170 years, students and researchers have come to the University of Sydney from all over the globe to develop the skills, knowledge and influence to make the world a better place. We're proud to have diversity and inclusion as core values and to be the institution of choice for more than 28,000 international students from more than 130 different countries. I hope you'll join us.
Hi, I'm Emily, and today I'm going to show you around the University of Sydney. There's a lot of history here at the uni, and you can't help but feel part of something bigger when you step on campus. One of the things that I really like about the university is the sense of community that exists here, and I think it's the grounds and the space that really allows that. Students used to play tennis in the middle of the quad right here. Today, this space and the surrounding lawns are a place for teaching, events, lots of great photo opportunities, and of course, hanging out with friends. You can see why this whole place is known as the Oxford of the Southern Hemisphere. And this is the Great Hall, the first and last stop for a lot of students, where we have graduations and welcome new students from overseas. This is the Anderson Stewart Building, formerly known as the Old Medical School. This building is home to the university's first human dissection labs. Since then, our network of clinical schools has grown to include 10 major metropolitan and rural teaching hospitals. And it's not just health and medicine with campuses all around. About 70 kilometres that way, you'll find our Camden Farms. Aside from agriculture and vet students getting hands-on with plants, crops and animals, you'll see plenty of wildlife with regular visits from the locals. The uni has 18 farms in New South Wales, spanning over 12,000 hectares. The university's Westmead campus will open its new education and clinical facilities in 2021. In all these places, health students will get to be in real-life clinical settings from their first year. And then there's this. This is the Susan Wakel Building. It brings together all the health disciplines under the one roof. Inside, there are brand new simulation facilities, a multi-service clinic and a rehabilitation gym, as well as teaching, research and support spaces. Near the Social Sciences building is Courtyard Cafe. It's a great place to have a drink and catch up with some friends. There's no end to great cafes and shops around campus. And you get to Courtyard Cafe via the legendary graffiti tunnel and a place for creative expression. You can spray paint, write slogans and create street art. It's a use of students' rite of passage. This is Fisher Library. With around 5.2 million items, the University of Sydney has the largest academic library in the Southern Hemisphere. The library has an incredible range of rare books hidden down here, and I've always loved checking them out. Some of them are over 500 years old. But you're probably not coming to uni just to see the books, but to actually do things, make things, experiment. The university has heaps of facilities, workshops and labs for any discipline. Just inside here is one of Australia's best equipped fabrication and prototyping labs. The Design, Modelling and Fabrication Lab, we say DMAF around here, includes a wide range of robotic arms, 3D printers, laser cutters and basically a whole lot of cool stuff, but I better leave it to the experts to use it. You'll get in-the-field experience and interact with new and diverse environments, all without leaving campus. Just a few minutes walk along City Road and you'll find the newly built Life, Earth and Environmental Sciences building, home to some of the many science labs we have on campus. Our immersive learning lab is the largest of its kind in Australia. The university continues to transform facilities for generations of students. The Engineering and Technology Precinct features brand new world-class research facilities and unique student learning spaces. This is what it looks like.
I think the best thing about studying engineering at USAID is definitely the fact that you're learning under one of the best faculties in the world and using top-of-the-line infrastructure every day.
One of my favorite things about living and studying in Sydney is being able to be so close to the city, but also a bus ride away from the beach. If you want to break from your studies, you can always go to the beach with your friends and have a chill time.
That's what's great about the main campus. It's only a 10-minute bus ride from the centre of Sydney. It's only a 20-minute walk from Central Station to the university as well, so you're pretty much at the centre of everything here. That just scratches the surface of why the University of Sydney is such a great place to pursue your studies and follow your interests. I hope we'll see you on campus soon.
Thank you, University of Sydney. What a special place to study and be a part of. We're now heading to the University of Technology, Sydney. As a top, young, future-focused university with innovation at its core, UTS is an exciting place to be. Let's hear it from UTS.
The University of Technology Sydney is located in the heart of Sydney's digital and creative hub.
State-of-the-art facilities, the state-of-the-art library, the support which is available at UTS is top-notch.
I finished my Masters in Engineering Management from UTS. I knew that it's a university right in the heart of the city, and there's a lot of industry collaborations that happen in the heart of the city.
One of the top things that I was looking for in a university when coming to study here in Australia was diversity. So growing up in Dubai in the UAE, it's a very multicultural country and city, and so I wanted to expand my knowledge of different cultures and languages even further. And I love putting myself out there, getting out of my comfort zone, trying out new food, learning new languages. It's such an incredible experience. And honestly, UTS provided. It's such an inclusive and cohesive community. It's amazing.
Love being in Australia because it provides me the opportunity to be myself and really develop my confidence and discover who I am. I worked in sports event management for 4 years in Dubai. And then I thought, okay, I need to take this one step further. The teachers at UTS are so knowledgeable. They have 30 to 40 years of experience in their industry. Having the opportunity to tap into this is amazing. I really enjoy their lectures. That practical insight is invaluable, and they're always there to help you. They really want you to succeed.
Because we're young and vibrant, probably has less rigid process or thinking pattern to say we have to follow X, Y, Z, but say we solved from getting it done.
There is an urgency to replace the skills that are existing today and re-equip the workforce for that future.
We're doing a revolution thinking about how do we educate people all the way through their lives while they're in the workforce, no matter what their background, no matter what their career paths are.
By bringing together a diversity of disciplines and expertise, we're creating new ways of working, new ways of thinking, and new ways of imagining what is possible for our industry partners.
UTS has a full range of international student scholarships available because we want to recognise the academic achievements of international students. We have undergraduate and postgraduate scholarships available, 25%, 50% and the prestigious 100% scholarship available.
I've seen firsthand how having an education has impacted me, my family and the community that I'm part of. I'm very passionate about letting young women know that they can create a career of their choice.
I've gained so much more than just knowledge. I've gained confidence in myself and in my future.
Thank you, UTS. It's a place that its students and their alumni should absolutely be proud of. Last, but certainly not the least, we'll take you away from the Sydney City Centre and across to the Western Sydney University. Vijay, did you know that Western Sydney University has 11 campuses? Don't let me spoil that for you though. Let's all go to WSU.
What drives someone to set out in the world and study at Western Sydney University? Why Western? Well, set amongst the beautiful lands of Sydney's traditional owners. This is Australia's most dynamic economic and cultural region, our global city. It gives us an international outlook that sees us ranked in the top 2% of universities worldwide, even if we're only 30 years young. Here you'll be joining 48,500 other students, a world-class faculty, and a host of inspirational alumni. We are 11 campuses embracing 13 schools, state-of-the-art facilities, world-class research, technology-infused learning, partnered with industry, business and government to give you real-world, work-ready, hands-on experience. And while your family might seem a long way away, don't worry, you'll soon be part of ours. And we can't wait to welcome you to our community. A community that's all about supporting your full potential and helping you discover your unique strengths. But don't feel overwhelmed. Our dedicated Western Success Advisors and Specialist Student Support Services will guide you on your way. We'll help you grow in knowledge, skills and confidence. Because at Western, your possibilities are our priority. This is us. This is Western, the uni that cares more. Western Sydney University.
Thank you for putting that together for us, Western Sydney University. Wow, that was a fabulous tour of the 7 universities in Greater Sydney. Thank you to all the universities for imparting their education and research strengths. We hope you all have a better idea about each of their offerings now. After hearing from all our universities at Sydney, we invite our international alumnus and an international student to share their experiences in Sydney. We'd like to welcome Aqib Akram to share his insights first.
Thank you, Vijay. After studying a bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering in Bangalore, India, I knew I wanted to study management and pursue a career within business management, strategy or marketing-related fields. This is where my interest lied. When I started researching the various destinations and universities across the globe, I realized Australia, more specifically New South Wales, was able to cater to all my needs as an international student. The weather, geography, economic and social circumstances, academic and professional opportunities that were available in New South Wales aligned with my goals and requirements. That is how I realized I would choose to study in New South Wales, more than any other state or country in the world. When I started looking at the universities in NSW, I found that Macquarie Business School was ranked very highly across all global ranking systems. Especially the degree I was interested in, Master of Management, which was ranked #1 in Australia. I closely looked at the subjects I would study as a part of the program, and they matched my interest and my career goals. I must mention the university had notable industry partnerships and networking opportunities that I had access to while studying impressed me a lot. Also, I got a great scholarship. When I first came to Australia in 2016, everything seemed new to me: the place, the people, the country. But one thing that struck me was the humility and kindness of the people here. I received a warm welcome and the university picked me up from the Sydney airport. During the orientation week, I understood the university better and made new friends. I also studied in a very diverse environment where I had classmates from over 30 plus countries who eventually became friends. The teaching, assessment and examination style was very different to my home country. It's much more transparent and open, which allowed me to think freely and engage in class discussions more confidently. The professors not only teach but are also willing to learn and acknowledge different perspectives. I built strong connections with my professors. They were supportive and today they are my mentors. As a part of the program, I got an opportunity to intern as a business consultant for Westpac, which is one of the oldest banks in Australia. I started living independently, which helped me become a much more responsible person. Apart from the academic learnings, the career support team at the university helped me thoroughly in writing my resume and cover letter according to the Australian standards. This enabled me to land myself my first part-time job within the university's International Student Recruitment Office, where I worked until I graduated. I could put my learnings from class to practice at the job, which I believe has helped me advance my career further. The university hosted networking sessions with industry experts and alumni throughout the year, which helped me understand the Australian job market and its requirement. Also, some food for thought. Did you know that 70% of the jobs are never advertised? It is called the hidden job market, and these jobs are filled through referrals, and that's why networking is so important. The professors and career support team helped me prepare for interviews as well, which helped me land my first full-time job, and since then, I've never looked back. While studying, the supporting and thriving environment at the university enabled me to establish and co-found the MGSM Entrepreneurship Club. It was a learning opportunity to hone my organizational and leadership skills. Also, New South Wales is home to a majority of Australian startups. All of these make New South Wales a promising place for graduates to find employment and other suitable life-changing opportunities here. The state has 4 distinct and pleasant seasons. There are beaches, snowy mountains. Yes, it snows in some parts of New South Wales during winter. There are mountains, spectacular bushlands, and all of this in one place. More than 70% of state's population belong to a different cultural background, making it one of the most multicultural places to live. The warm and welcoming community here will always make you feel at home. You have endless lists of pubs, cafes, restaurants offering multicultural cuisines. No matter where you're from, you will always find your food. There's always some or the other festival happening here. And we all know about the Sydney New Year fireworks and celebrations, which is famous and revered worldwide. It is truly a place to feel new. So choose your university, pack your bags, and come to study in New South Wales. I would now like to hand over to Awa Khan, who will share her experience.
Thank you, Akib. At the outset, I've always believed that a strong education sets the foundation for future academic pursuits. As an international student, when choosing a study destination, it's important to consider factors such as quality of education, student community, inclusiveness. For me, New South Wales was the obvious choice. A melting pot of cultures with multiple renowned institutions and a history of impact, it's truly the place to be. When narrowing down on universities, I knew that the ability to make an impact was important to me. For the same reason, the University of Sydney stood out. Not just because of how high it was ranked globally, but because of all the groundbreaking research they put out into the medical field. As an international student in New South Wales, I felt nothing but welcomed. I travelled to Sydney recently as a part of the pilot program. From quarantine to food, every single thing was taken care of. Over the past few months, I've been able to make friends from all walks of life, learn to make professional connections, and explored more than I ever did back in India. Since I've only recently arrived in Australia, I haven't really stepped out into the Australian workforce. However, peer support mentors and professors at the University of Sydney have always guided me in the right direction. The great thing about studying in Sydney is how you can branch out into multiple careers. While I'm studying health and infectious diseases, I know for a fact that I can branch out into policy, business, research, or whatever suits me. New South Wales has everything you'd need as a student, from a diverse student community to job opportunities that go beyond your degree. New South Wales is the place to be.
Thank you, Ava and Akib. It's nice to hear the stories and realize they're not too different from my own experiences. Your stories are a testament of how great it is being an international student in Sydney, regardless of the university you're attending.
I absolutely have to agree with you, Vijay. It is reassuring that no matter where you go in Sydney, you will learn not only within the confines of the classroom, be it in person or online, but they will also equip you with tools that you will use in your professional lives. This now takes us to the close of the event. We hope you enjoyed this showcase and were just as impressed as we are with the education and research strengths of all the universities, the state-of-the-art facilities of each of these universities we've had today, but also the international student life they offer.
Thank you for joining me and all our speakers, Amy Brown, Commissioner Michael Rodriguez, Councillor Robert Koch, Ron D. Han, and Anouk Darling, Akib Akram, and Ava Khan. Thank you all for your insights on the benefits of studying in New South Wales. We'd like to invite you to join us for the last installment of our Study in New South Wales Education Event Series, which will take you on a tour of universities in regional New South Wales. Join us on Wednesday, 6 April 2022 at 5 p.m. Sydney time. It has been a pleasure hosting the show, and thank you to my co-host Nayonika.
Thank you so much, Vijay. And thank you to all of you for joining us. We hope to see you at the next event and welcome you to New South Wales very soon.
Take care, everyone. Bye for now.